Boom, 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 boom. All right, I think that's good. All right, great. Great. Okay, so this, if you've never seen this before, is the Aston Stealth. I think this is one of the coolest mics ever designed. It's got some flaws, which is why I'm returning it, but this is my second time buying it. I kind of want to keep it, but I need to make this video so I remind myself and post it that I do not want to repurchase this mic. Now, that being said, I'm not going to walk you through any of the boring stuff any of the boring things about this mic. This is purely for me. So when I get nostalgic, kind of like when you miss an ex-girlfriend, you're like, should I text her? I'll watch this video and remind myself there's a reason why I didn't keep this mic. Now, I'm not going to change any of the settings on here besides putting it into the D mode, which is what I remember making my voice sound the best. It's like a broadcast sound. And just for reference, there is no phantom power enabled on this because that is one of my biggest issues. Actually, I think I'm 5 dB short. Let me up that. Okay, so this is the mic exactly how I would use it. Obviously, I would put it on a stand, but I'm not doing that right now because I'm going to return it and I don't want to screw and unscrew it. This mic is special because it has 4 voice settings or 3 voice settings and a guitar setting. I'm not using the guitar setting. The voice one is great. The voice 2 is for women. If you get offended by that, so be it, whatever. And the dark setting is for a deep, dark sounding voice. Nobody's offended by that. That being said, I repurchased this mic because I thought out of all the mics I've tested, the Shure SM7DB, the Rode Podcaster, and the Audio-Technica BP40, the Samson Q9U, that this one made me sound the best. That being said, I've been struggling with audio on this channel for a while, and I won't tweak anything. I'm not going to change the EQ on this. I'm going to leave it completely raw so I remind myself. And again, when you watch reviews about headphones and audio equipment, you have to do it with headphones on because you'll miss the nuances of speech, maybe the plosives. But my biggest issue is that this room in New York City, where I live, is incredibly hard. Hey, yo, it's filled with hard surfaces. This wall is hard. That wall is hard. There's 4 walls around me that are just hard surfaces. And unless I want to spend thousands of dollars sound treating a room, I've got to find a mic that can really isolate my voice and the noise in the background. Now, yes, I know spending money on treating my room would be great, and this is like a permanent space, like I'm not going anywhere, but it's not sexy to drop thousands of hundreds of dollars, whatever, on sound panels. You want to buy equipment. You want a nice camera. You want a nice lens. You want a nice interface. You want a nice monitor. You want a nice microphone. And yeah, there's things that I could do to make the space sound better. I don't want to be lectured. I'm not buying a sound blanket. It's going to make my space look ugly, but I know that there's a mic out there that will do what I want. And I even have the Audio-Technica AT875R, which is a shotgun mic, and I've used everything to decent results, but this one I kept coming back to. Aesthetically, this mic is huge. The mic is massive, and it's a little obnoxious. The shock mount's a little weird, but all those things I could forgive if the mic sounded great. And I got this mic at a really good price, actually. I think there's even a cheaper one at Guitar Center. So when I go there and if I can get it, I don't really want to have a collection of things. I want to be more mobile. And I'm kind of ranting here. You can watch or click off if you want. Again, this is just for me to remind myself how this sounds with the sound of my voice. That being said, there is construction going on outside in my complex. There's like grinding stone and sirens and all the New York City sounds that you can expect. And I am hand holding this, which I would never do. I was thinking even at one point to get multiple of these for like podcast usage because the mic has girth to it. It's a substantial mic to hold, and the pop screen, pizza, plosive, pepperonis, I think it does a decent job. That being said, the reason I do not like this mic is because it sounds better with phantom power. And when you run phantom power through it, it gets too hot. It's like it has a built-in FET head, and this FET head, this one I think is 48. This is like a special one. It's too hot. I don't even use this FET head because it's too hot, but it sounds better when I have a FET head in here compared to other mics that I've used. So I essentially am buying a mic that sounds great when it has a special feature enabled that I can't really use because then it's too hot. And I'm totally going to label this video my favorite mic and why I'm returning it, just for the clicks. That being said, if you're asking me if I like this over the Shure SM7DB, I didn't really like the Shure SM7DB. I don't know why. I like this one. Look at that little logo too. And I think it would only be fair if I enabled this with phantom power to see what it sounded like as well. So just for the record, this was me hand holding the mic with 35 dB on the dash cam, which I don't even know if that's the high setting. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's the high setting. And this is what it sounded like. We're going to enable phantom power, but we're not going to break your ears or anything. We're going to lower it first. So all the way on the low set. Okay. Wow, you see what I mean? Here. That's phantom power. Hold on, we gotta lower this. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so that's 0 dB with my task cam. That's 1% on the camera. That's 1% on the camera, and this is what it sounds like. I don't know, I'm not monitoring it. I actually do have my headphones, so I guess I could monitor it, but I'm telling you, it's hot. I know it's hot, and that's why I'm holding the mic further than before. Yeah, you see, it is clipping like crazy. This is with the internal FET head. I'm gonna lower my voice. This is with the internal FET head of the mic. So there's nothing being pumped into this. And that's what I'm getting, which, I mean, it might be a good thing, it might be a bad thing, depending on how you want to use this mic, but I can't imagine me using this versatility-wise unless I had a specific scenario where I needed to use this. This is me up close, and I can't even talk. If I didn't have the headphones right now, I'd be blowing my ears out. We're not going to make this more than 8 minutes long, but this is why, right here, this is why we're returning the mic, because you can't run it with phantom power, which kind of sounds dumb to me. I want a mic that sounds good without phantom power, and then if I add phantom power to it, it sounds better. And this is not that mic. So thanks for watching this rant. If you want to get an Aston Stealth and never use it with phantom power, it is a beautiful piece of technology, and I think Aston is doing great things. I like the design of the mic. I wish they came up with an updated version of this where they pull the preamp, made the size smaller, just cut it in half. Call it the Stealth V2. Oh my God, Aston, I just gave you $1 million idea. Aston Stealth, re-release the Aston Stealth V2 Bomber B whatever, Raptor, I don't know, man. Name it whatever you want. Pick a jet plane name, because that's kind of what you guys do, or at least with this one, and make it half the size. Just get, you know, keep the resonance chamber, make it half the size, and I will buy 100,000 of these. I will donate them to third world countries, whatever you want. And you know what? I don't even like the purple. I'm not a purple kind of guy, but I don't care. Mace Windu had a purple lightsaber that was badass. This is also badass. It's your color. I get it. I will rep it. Make a V2 of this. Ashton, please, if you're watching this, make a V2 of the Stealth. Lower the hotness of the preamp, and I'm all there. I'm there for it. So yeah, like I said, this was a personal video for myself, so I know not to repurchase this mic because I keep forgetting, because I think I love it. That's actually turned off. Let's actually turn off the phantom power. All right, so let's give this about 35 dB. Back at it. So yeah, that's what this mic sounds like. If you never run it with phantom power, you don't need to worry about that. If you do run it with phantom power, it is extremely hot, and you have to keep it relatively far away from you. I think this is a great sounding mic, and I look forward to what Aston is doing in the future. I know they got acquired. I don't know the politics of the microphone world. I'm not in the microphone world. I'm barely good at audio, but I know that this is a banger mic that I will miss. There you go. I'm brainwashing myself. I'm telling myself I want to keep it. I'm not going to do it. Going back to the store. See you guys on the next one where I review something, or maybe it's just for me. Maybe the next video I make is for me. We'll see.